in that despite the fact that they are so vital to the music we all love, they aren't treated in the same way that the MCs who spit over their beats are.
Producers though, it's a little bit more difficult. That's why you really gotta be lowered up like he say, and really gotta have your skin in the game and really be like that to be able to deal with the type of crap that's gonna come with it.
And I was making the beat because I knew they were coming, but I didn't know that he would like that beat. At that time I was a little wet behind the ears, so I didn't get the proper credit I should have got. But
trying their best to turn a profit out of a passion. So you'd figure that once you got a little name recognition, these producers were suddenly protected from all of these issues of being mistreated, lied to, or straight up stolen from. But the truth is that it happens all the time and in a whole variety of forms.
What's good, peeps? It's your boy JP back at it again with another reaction video, and today we are reacting to Astro Dior Plus. Shout out to Astro Dior. If you don't know, Astro Dior is the inspiration behind the way the channel is today. So shout out to brother. Hopefully one day we can meet. We're in the same city, so hey, maybe we can collab or whatever, you know what I mean? That'd be dope. But anyway, shout out to Astro Dior. But today's video is why being a producer is the worst job in hip-hop. So some of y'all might be hip to this, y'all might not, y'all might care, y'all might not, but I am a videographer, a filmmaker, cinematographer. I make a lot of music videos. That's primarily what I do. I'm a music video director, a music video cinematographer. I shoot, edit, and direct music videos. I've been doing that for 10 years. So, and I know Dior was a producer at one point until his YouTube started really being the thing, you know what I mean? So hopefully, you know, I'm never going to stop making videos, but hopefully YouTube can be my thing too. So y'all help your boy out. Hit the like and subscribe button. Join the Prosper Gang. We keeping it PG. There's a lot of prosperity going on around this mug for real. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into the video.
And today we're reacting to why being a producer might be the worst job in music. When I saw this drop, I said, oh yeah, let me go ahead and get on that. Because if you do not know, like everybody knows already, I came up from producing. I came up into this and got into this from being a music producer. You know what I'm saying? So I see this and I got like, you know, certain mindset and thoughts about.
And shout out to him because I'm into this because I come from being a cinematographer, videographer. They already knew how to do videos, so I'm like, why not just do YouTube videos? I mean, I create for other people, why not create for myself?
The whole come up and being a producer, from selling YouTube beats online to being in the music industries, making beats for artists. Like, you know, I've done it all. So this sparked my interest and I want to go ahead and get into it. That being said, make sure you pull up to the shirts. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 or 6 p.m. Let's do it.
From the outside looking in, being a hip-hop producer looks like a fully fledged dream job. Not only do you get to use your innate talent and make stacks of money from your creative exploits, but you also get to rub shoulders with your favorite rappers for a living, often getting platinum plaques with them in the process. But there's another side of that coin, in that despite the fact that they are so vital to the music we all love, they aren't treated in the same way that the MCs who spit over their beats are. Now, there are a select few producers who are universally respected, but it's fair to say that they don't always get their flowers. And all too often, they only acquire them from others in the game. While for the most part, there is an industry-wide plight where producers are seen as dispensable figures who can get ripped off at a moment's notice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything you said, you know, so far is very, very true. Like, as a producer, you could get, bro, I done seen, there's a producer on a song where there was 3 producers, it was me and 2 other people. One of the producers, since he was so young, he ain't getting no, he was so young and he was in the fucking Netherlands or somewhere far. They weren't stunting the nigga, bro. He done tried to contact them. They didn't pay him, mind you, they paid me and the other nigga. He didn't get no pay, as well as he hit me up because I was like the guy, like, you could come to me because I had a relationship with, whether it was the artist or the label, you could come to me. So he told me, I said, oh yeah, man, I got you. Hit the niggas up twice for him. Yo, bam. At that point, it was out my hands though. I'm finna get on the fucking fight for the nigga, but out of my hands. You gotta be lawyered up, you gotta have an attorney. You gotta have certain shit in order, bro. Unless you got relationships.
And on a cinematographer, videographer stance, I mean, this industry is cold. You know what I mean? Like, granted, I'm not really, I mean, I've done stuff with people that were in labels, but I'm not like doing that on a consistent basis. Most of my stuff is local and like, you know, in the Houston area, shit like that. And which is a lot of big artists in the Houston area, but that's neither here nor there. But it get grimy. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of artists be wanting like free work. They want to the goal is to make them look as big as they are without having to do nothing for you. And granted, certain things can be negotiated. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you'll throw somebody a price and that's out of their budget, but you can make something work for them. We get it, because sometimes that artist might have a really hit song. You're like, hey, bro, and this is from a cinematographer standpoint. You're like, hey, bro, this dude got a really hit song. This will look good for my portfolio. And this is a rule of thumb for any cinematographers, videographers that's watching. If it does not help your portfolio, don't take it for free. Or for discount, unless you just need that little extra money, then you do you. But don't do it for free if it don't help your portfolio. If somebody's really down bad and they really need, not down bad, but somebody really need some work out of you, and you they hit you like, hey bro, I can't do this, can we just collab? And his music ain't it, or her music ain't it, to the hell with him. We ain't doing that. I'm not wasting my time with that. Now, granted, there are other things you can think about. Like, their music might be bad, but they might be keyed in with certain people you want to work with, and you want those people to see your work you do for this person. So the best way is to do the video for them, really kill it. They see their video, then they like, who did your video? Then they send them to you, and now you work with the person. So you can do that triangle method. You know what I mean? I've done that. It worked. It moves like that sometimes. It's all about how you execute it. You know what I mean? So it's this industry, it ain't for the chum. It ain't no checks and balances for this. You gotta have that hustle. I've been doing this for 10 years, bro. I'm really like that. And for those that don't know, listen. I shoot with the DSLRs, you know what I mean? All the way to the Reds, my brother. I'm in that thing, you know what I mean? I'm shooting, you know what I mean? We're shooting. You know what I mean? We're shooting. I mean, I'm in that thing. For those that don't know, I'm really like that. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's continue with the video.
Like, you can get your shit fried, bro.
Oh, you know what's a good example? Check for the what is it? Why I Gotta Be Like That? Farsight. Okay. Then listen to "Do for Love" by Tupac. I basically chopped my record.
And shot.
Yeah, and they will take, and you will, bro. There'll be times where somebody will go, you know, if maybe the artist is more tapped in with another producer, they will take that and remake that joint.
Shockingly, it's something that even famous producers inflict on one another in a fight to succeed and stand out in a crowded marketplace.
Hey, this is actually one of my favorite beats that I didn't really do. Brian All Day Miller did this beat, and he was supposed to get co-producer credit on it, and then they didn't give him credit on the album, and they just had my name, and everybody come up to me in the party and say, oh, I love this beat, and I would say, hey, thanks.
It's your boy Luis, and this is the dark side of being a hip-hop producer. When you venture online, it doesn't take too long to stumble into a horror story from an aspiring beatmaker who finds themselves struggling to get what they deserve, or faced being
That's what I started off on Ableton.
taken for granted by the rappers who are approaching them to work. Hey, I like your style. I need beats. Bet. I charge insert amount for a beat. Let me know what you want to get. Oh, word? I'll hit you up Friday when you get paid. 19 out of 20 times goes ghost.
Ghosted.
Had a couple of friends who only came over when they needed their...
Listen, I ain't gonna lie, I be the one that be doing the ghosting. See, the cool thing about being a video guy in comparison to Dior as the producer, and this happens, I mean, same thing like that. I don't reach out. I have that luxury because they need me more than I need them. And it sounds bad, but it's the truth. See, as a producer, you produce music. That's it. You produce music. Unless you get approached as a producer if you really like that, right? Or you working with people that got big names, you get reached out a lot. At the beginning, you really don't. And it's kind of the same with video too. But it's the thing. Even as a beginner videographer that's barely in the game, some rappers don't have access to nothing. And they'll reach out to you still. Maybe not big rappers, but local rappers. That's how you get in the door. See, with me and what most videographers see, as a videographer, we don't only have to do music videos. Now, I primarily do music videos. I do other stuff too, but music videos is my bread and butter. That's how I build my brand. That's what my brand is around. And that's really what I really want to do, really. That's to be honest with you. I don't have to do that, though. I could go do weddings. I could go do corporate. I could go do all types I could do content creation at this point. I don't have to do music. And this is why, as a videographer, we get a little bit more leverage to where, like, hey, if y'all don't reach out to us, then we're going to go by our business. Producers, though, it's a little bit more difficult. That's why you really got to be lowered up, like he say, and really got to have your skin in the game and really be like that to be able to deal with the type of crap that's going to come with it. Sorry, let's continue with the video.
YouTube beats recorded over. Did a whole album for them. And when I wasn't recording for them, they were getting on my ass like, yo bro, gotta get this shit out, man, the fans. Fuck you. Actually come hang out and chill. I'm not your slave. Now, these are stories from producers on the come up, trying their best to turn a profit out of a passion. So you'd figure that once you got a little name recognition, these producers were suddenly protected from all of these issues of being mistreated, lied to, or straight up stolen from. But the truth is that it happens all the time and in a whole variety of forms, some of which are only coming to the forefront in the technologically advanced era we're in today. But one issue that's been happening for years is disputes over credits on a song. These can rage on for years, with producers often
Luckily, I never had to go through like nothing like that. Like, I've had to go and fight and find my shit, you know, and contact. I've had to do the footwork, you know what I'm saying? But I've never had nobody, like, I was able to have a relationship and be well respected to the point where niggas wasn't like just leaving me off of shit. Like, nobody was doing
having to fight a major label machine for the money or mention that they rightfully deserved. There are a whole host of ways that producers can be screwed out of these, but perhaps the most egregious of all comes when someone hears what you're doing and simply steals it outright. This is something even legendary producers like Pete Rock know the sting of all too well, with the cyclical behavior of one of hip-hop's most infamous execs robbing him of his rightful place of an all-time classic. As P recalls, he had sampled the legendary track Juicy Fruit from M2Me and let Puff hear his creation as it was playing in his home studio during a visit. And after hearing it, Diddy teamed up with Poke of Bad Boy's Trackmasters.
This is what I will say. I'm sorry to keep stopping because I know most of y'all probably producers. That's why y'all watching this. But look, this is the cool thing that I say that the producers have the upper hand on us in comparison to what I was saying earlier. The cool thing about being a producer, most of the time, even on the very, very high levels, you can really be a one-man band on that shit. You don't need a whole conglomerate. See, as a cinematographer and videographer and director or whatever, and an editor, as the higher you go up, the more people you got to break that bread with. So it's like, when you up there doing shit with Travis and doing stuff with Larry, hopefully I shoot with Larry one day. I'm trying to do that. Y'all help me do that. But with Larry, or you shoot with, maybe not Larry, but you know what I mean? Like, the higher you go up, the more crew you gonna need. You gonna really need a crew with you. You can't really do stuff with like 3 to 5 people. You know what I mean? You gonna need a big squad. In comparison to producing, if you can produce for Kanye, and all the royalties come to you. See, with me, if I get royalties, which a lot of times videographers don't get royalties, or directors or cinematographers don't get royalties unless you set it up that way. Most of the time, you just get the upfront price. And sometimes producers like that too. You get the upfront price, and then afterwards, anything they make after that, they ain't got nothing to do with you. We paid you for your services. And unfortunately, it sucks like that. So you gotta split that one upfront price down with, depending on how big your crew is, with 20, 15, 30 plus people, and you left with maybe $500, $600. You know what I mean? Now, granted, I don't do a lot of big crew stuff. I do stuff locally, and I try not to do big crews because I don't really care for that. Like, I don't like that much input and that much around my creativity. So I'm like, I max out at like 10 max, and that's pushing it. I'm really like 6. After 6, what all y'all here for? You know what I mean? I could do half of it myself. You know what I mean? Most of it I do myself. But anyway, I just want to say that I know I ain't trying to get long-winded. I know most of y'all producers, so let's get back into the video. My bad.
And remade the same beat. Afterwards, Pete discovered he had been robbed, but was given a remix on the single.
And I was making the beat because I knew they were coming, but I didn't know that he would like that beat. At that time, I was a little wet behind the ears, so I didn't get the proper credit I should have got. But at the same time,
yeah, now that do happen. You just not really that hip. Like, I know for a fact somebody I done probably got on like the advance. Might not have got no advance, but I was able to like still claim royalties to get paid for that though. You know,
I did do the remix, and I do tell people that the original belongs to me too. The whole idea, the whole thing.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah, rest in peace, B.I.G.
Despite how flagrant this was, Pete remained level-headed about it and simply
maintained
that he wasn't going to be stuck with the consultation process.
You got to. If you start getting out of body and start tripping on people and shit like that, you fuck up your shit. If this happens, you damn near gotta almost take that on the chin, move in the industry, like trying to figure it out. Sometimes you might just have to move forward and just say, yeah, I made this beat, proud by me, get the credit. And so that way you can get other opportunities, but you can't tweak out though.
Yeah, no facts. Even when I've done videos where I done did deals, didn't get paid. But I did a video where a nigga stole another nigga's song. Straight up stole his song. I swear for God. Listen, story time. Niggas, I shot a video outside of like a dollar store or whatever. I drove all the way to the north side. I'm on the southern side of the Houston area. Drove all the way to the north side. Houston big, if y'all don't know. You can drive an hour and still be in Houston. Anyway, I drove all the way to the north side. Shot the video for the dude. And rapping it like it was his song, bro. I ain't saying like he remixed it. No, he just, imagine you going on Apple Music. You take the song from Apple Music and perform it like it's yours. And the nigga that just don't know, because he don't know that artist, perform it like it's his. And bro, when the shit went and he was getting blasted, I hurried up and DM'd the original artist. It was like, hey bro, I shot the video to this. I shot this video. I had no idea it was yours, bro, on me. Like I said, I make music for rappers, the good ones, and I was doing it for the hood ones, you know what I mean? I ain't no street nigga though, so I was not trying to go there, you know what I mean? So I'm like, hey bro, listen, I don't want no bad blood. This was on me. I had no idea, but he was doing that. I should have fact checked him, and I didn't, you know what I mean? And it just blew up, whatever. I done some shit. I done got screwed over and get my money. I done not got deposits and showed up. I done sent videos off. Niggas never sent me the second payment. And granted, they not that big. And granted, I wasn't hitting them upside the head. So it whatever. And I got a day job. So I really wasn't sweating it on the heavy side. Like, that just type of shit where you would never work with me again. Like, I'm not gonna bust you down and go get a lawyer. I wasn't taxing them like that. So, but what it is you lose privileges with me. And when I tell you I'm really like that when it comes to these videos, I'm really like that. So losing privileges with me, in my opinion, is a career-ending sentence. In my opinion, unless you find somebody that's really but if you're doing that to me on my level, you gonna really do it to the other niggas that's really like that too. So I'm thinking like, bro, nah, like you screwing me over, you done with me. I don't even know you exist no more. And all the other ones that respect my work ain't gonna fuck with you either. So you just really screwed off for real. So I be trying to do my best with people, but it really get like that. You gotta take it on the chin and just keep the ball rolling. But hey, I done some stuff, bro. So I done work with some artists, and not even just from here. I done work with artists that y'all know from California, bro. I done really did some stuff. So I'm still growing. You know what I mean? I ain't where I want to be, obviously, but I'm getting there. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody that been rocking
the original version, but didn't get credit for it, he explained. He heard that shit, and next thing you know, it comes out. They had me do a remix, but I tell people, and I will fight to the end, that I did the original version of that. I'm not mad at anybody, he told Wax Poetics. I just want the correct credit. Y'all just can't be robbing me. If you don't do the work, I'ma expose you. But in a testament to how hard it is for producers to get what they're due, even a legend like Pete Rock still hasn't been able to get this situation rectified to this very day. As when it comes to dealing with a label or an artist's lawyers, it's often your words against theirs. Even to this day, the same thing can occur, with producers not receiving the correct royalty figure out of major hits.
Right.
A prime example of this.
Now this gotta be painful, bro. Imagine having a song, like Look at Me. Oh my god,
that song was.
His
gold.
estate was reportedly sued by Look at Me producer Jimmy Duvall for $1 million. So he never got no cheese off of that. Yeah, bro, I gotta come for you, bro.
Is Jimmy Duvall.
Yeah. Like when you do stuff at that grand level, yeah, you gotta get your cheese. Like that one, you can't just take on the chin. Like nah, like that's life changing money you talking about. Nah, I need my bread.
Who sued a late rapper's estate for over $1 million, proclaiming that it is important to note that as the producer behind Look at Me, an inarguable platinum hit, I was removed from all credits, which in turn meant that all rights and royalties owed to me were immediately averted. It goes without saying that everyone deserves credit for their contributing works. My friend is no longer with us, and I'm only asking to remain a part of the legacy that we created together with Look at Me. In the process, he wound up getting countersued by X's mom, leaving him in limbo and trying to get what he felt he deserved.
Ooh! Damn!
Pretty much without the consent of any of the creatives involved, they signed the publishing off.
Producer Grime! This is a legendary producing YouTube channel right here. Producer Grime.
His legal team, because it ain't between me and X. Like people like me and X, I don't deal with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's obviously not gonna be me that figures out that this big problem exists in the publishing, but it's really the copyright for the record.
Okay.
So if you do something like you create that record, you own what you've done on the record, right? And if you're not gonna own it, you at least are gonna go into some kind of discussion or legal go through where it's gonna be decided you don't. But it can't just be given away by some random lawyer behind somebody else.
When you go to make a publishing deal, correct? If they don't know that, if you say, yeah, I made this track, but you don't have evidence of you making that track, they can't really...
Oh, sorry, you can have evidence, like, I'm already going through something like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where, like, there's other people involved that are coming to me like, yo, what's going on? Like, and I'm like, yo, like, I have the proof I made the track. You know, I even have stuff that says I own the track. But there's this, you know, at some point in time, unbeknownst to me, this transaction occurred. So now that's what we're dealing with.
Sometimes the apparent erosion of a producer's
fucked
role
up.
in an artist's development can go even deeper. According to Jeremy Rose, he alleged that he had a role in molding the sound that would later become known as The Weeknd's signature aesthetic, only to have his contributions wiped. Apparently, Jeremy asked him if he wanted to work on something. I had this idea for a dark R&B project. Abel seemed to suit the project. When I met him, I heard some of the stuff that he was doing. It was called The Noise. They were a straight kind of R&B, just really light. And I was just like, oh, f that shit. No man, let's talk about fucking and getting too high and trying to f bitches and it not working out. Let's get really grimy about it. Reportedly, Tesfaye wouldn't respect his opinion or pay him. And things went sour when he asked Tesfaye for credit on the songs. I've never heard from him since I...
And that's the thing about these the industry, and that's what makes me why I'm so devoted into doing this YouTube stuff, is because a lot of creatives, whether you're a videographer, producer, writer, set designer, graphic designer, clothing, where you manage they art, the way what they wear, you manage all that. Despite all that, right? What you find out is the more you grow into this industry, the more you realize that the people that you idolize, this is why they say never meet your idols. The reason is because the people that you idolize tend not to be the people you thought they were. Like the image that they put out to the public and to their fans is not the image that is not the person they really are when you finally gotta work for them. Like I used to be a fan of Kanye. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like Ye like that. Like on a real tip, like I don't hate the dude, but I hear so many stories about how he get down. It makes me question him. Now would I work with Ye? Sure, you know what I mean. As a person though, I don't know. I mean, I ain't got no beef. It's just respectfully. I don't rock with him. You know what I mean? Like, you know what it is? So I've heard how he treat the people that work for him and how they work nonstop hours. And then, granted, y'all do whatever. But I just realized that the people that you thought they were, when you have to work for them, they are a whole different type of person. And granted, because it takes a lot for them to maintain the image that they have, but it's a certain amount of humility that you're just supposed to have, to where a lot of these people that's working for you are working for you first because they are a fan of you or because of your notoriety. So when you ruin that image of them, now it's like, well, at least from my perspective, when you ruin that image of them, now it's like, now I just see you as the next door. You lose all of that flavor, and now I just don't care no more. And I mean, on business wise, I'm gonna handle it, but just in general, I'm not gonna put my same foot. And that's why this YouTube channel is important, because it gives my power back. See, a lot of these creatives that go into these industries and working with these artists, they have to shut up. I mean, obviously you gotta sign NDAs, but they can't say nothing. They can't walk away because they was banking on this artist being their exit plan in this career. And I don't want to bank on that. Like, my favorite director to this date is Jacob Owens. It's because Jacob Owens set up an exit plan before he even had to touch into the industry. He done stuff for people in the industry, and he makes money off the industry without having to be in it. And he has his own exit plan. He can choose what work he wants and what work he doesn't. And I love that, even about myself. Like, I don't want to be in a situation to where I'm stranded and I don't know where else I'm gonna go. And that's why this YouTube and everything I'm doing on my own end is so important, because you want to have your own exit plan. These celebrities are only working with you because we benefit them. The moment you don't benefit them no more, they will find somebody else, or they just don't need you. AI is coming into play. Producers gonna lose out, in AI, and they coming for filmmakers too. So, like, what are we gonna do about our exit plan to make sure that we can secure finances for ourselves and we can still create the things we want to create and not be in fear of what AI or what these celebrities gonna take away from us? I'm not anti-celebrity. I love working with the people that create dope music. I'm gonna continue to try to work with them, but I'm doing it on my terms, not theirs. Like, obviously I will, I'm gonna work with them, but I'm not going to, I'm not submitting everything about me. Hey, if I can't keep some of me in there, I ain't gonna do it. No Diddy, that sounded crazy. But anyway, let's continue with the video.
Told him I don't want to work with him anymore, he said. No legal action has been taken, but Rose says we'll work on it, getting money. Eventually, his credits were restored, ensuring he got his props for the work on tracks like The Morning, Loft Music,
wow,
What You Need, and others. But it's clear that he wasn't going to get it without a fight, and this is at the heart of the problem. Because unfortunately, this ability to discard a producer's requests is endemic within the culture, with their contributions overlooked or uncompensated in a way that rappers don't have to tolerate.
If you send me a beat and I rap on the beat and then you come trying to text me some crazy ass number, I'm not paying for your beat, bro.
So then there's this, right? By artists be feeling like this, and then at the same time producers be doing some bogus, shit like this, like where the people come and then they trying to get so much money off the advance instead of just getting the royalties on it, which I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, this producing shit, these for certain producers, especially if it's your first one, you're not getting shit all the time. So you try to get this advance, like, okay, boom, the beat 5 racks, depending on who the artist is. I don't know what the song is or whatever. 5,000, I need 5,000 for that beat, and it's like, damn, I just paid for all the other beats on this album. We've been my budget.
And music videos for artists of Soulja Boy level cost more than that. 12 racks, 15 racks, 20 racks. But obviously at that point you got a team and you breaking down that bread amongst the rest of the team members. And see, 5 racks on your own, some directors don't even walk away with that, depending on who they working with. So walk away with 5 racks off your own beat by yourself, that's a solid take home. So don't get it confused. Just because we cost more don't mean that we take it home as much as y'all take it home. So hey, that's some real shit.
The budget for them is $2,000, $3,000 a beat. You know what I'm saying? And say you got 3 producers on there, they're trying to split that 3,000 up or that 2,000 up amongst 3 niggas. You know what I'm saying? So they be trying to up the price to like so everybody can eat off of advance because they don't want to wait on the royalty check.
And granted, do not look up my brand. I just thought about this. Don't look at my brand with this PG the Prosper gang. That's not what my videographer brand is. It's completely different. And if you follow me on Instagram and all that, you know what my other nickname is. This YouTube life and my videographer life is typically separate. I'm only bringing it together for this video. So looking up that ain't gonna help you find what my other stuff is. I might decide to reveal it at some point. Help me meet my get my subscribers to monetize or something. I might do it because I just try to keep it separate. You know what I mean? And just for business purposes, I don't want to intertwine it because I work with people that I want to keep it separate. You know what I mean? So
It's gonna take
ain't nothing personal. I ain't saying nothing crazy, but you know, I try to keep my personal opinions about the way I view life away from the way I create my art, because people can try to mix it and then not want to work with you because of a viewpoint you have. I think it's stupid and I might be overthinking it, but I don't really care. I don't want to say this about such and such and now it's like, oh, because you said that, I don't want to book you for a video. Can't have that. So just proper over here and the video stuff over here. I'm just being real with you.
Time for you to even start making money from royalties on that. So you got this area where artists is like, damn, I'm not paying all that high ass money in royalties and da. And a producer is in this situation. That's why I say, like, on some industry producer shit coming up, you can't look at this shit to try to get money. You need to have an established situation and also be a producer. Trying to become rich off being a producer is very, unless you're doing the YouTube shit, you know what I'm saying, the YouTube beats and selling beats online, that's different.
The same thing with being a cinematographer, videographer. A lot of them don't maintain that money off of just creating music videos. A lot of them do other stuff. They just don't promote it because you only promote what you really want to get booked for. So they might do weddings on the side or might do corporate gigs or stuff with corporate clients on the side. And they only promote their art because that's really what they want to do. So it's like you got to make money somewhere else because the art ain't paying you. And the art in the videographer space ain't all that great either. It's not consistent enough. Video production costs less and less every single year. You got this Canon R8 is $1,500 and it can shoot 4K at 60 frames per second. You can shoot and it's a full frame camera. You can shoot almost everything you need to shoot on this. Granted, the dynamic range ain't as great as my Red camera and stuff, but you can shoot pretty much whatever you need on this. You don't need a Red for that. Obviously, the industry standard is like cinema cameras like Reds and REs and Sony FX9s and stuff like that. But this can really get the job done for most things. And because it's only $1,500, like you can see cameras are getting cheaper and cheaper, so prices for videos are going down and down. You don't need all that extra if you know what you're really doing. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, that's the game we in. So it's like you gotta diversify your income. That's why this YouTube is important for me. That's why I still got my day job. You know what I mean? But if I can have it my way, I'm gonna keep it at that while. Because I gotta go. I'm gonna let y'all finish the rest of Dior's video. This is a 40-minute video, and I can't stay. I gotta go. But no, his video was 40 minutes. My video already 30, and I ain't even halfway through his. Anyway, damn, what am I say? All I'm saying is, as artists, okay, yeah, that's what I'm about to say. If I could have it my way, what it would be is I would be a videographer or a cinematographer that only does music videos. That's really all I want to do. I love music videos that much. That's why I got into this 10 years ago. That's why I'm still doing it today. I love music videos, so I don't want to stop doing that. So my thing is, if I could do music videos, the music videos I want to do, and do YouTube full time, creating content for y'all, whether it's stuff like this, whether it's stuff about, I really like talking about relationships. You know, that's just something that's big on me, you know what I mean? So I like talking about relationships. It's just trending topics, right? But so I like to do that, right? So I want to do that, like pretty much podcasting for y'all and music videos. That's how I want to make my money. I don't want to do corporate. I don't want to do wedding videography. Will I do it if the money there? Yeah, sure. I won't tell it no, but I don't want to branch into that. I don't want to do real estate. I want to do what I came to create for. And that's what I love to do, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. If that means I got to manage my day job, this YouTube, and this music videos until I get it right, then that's just what I'm going to do. Because this is what I want to do, man. Dior do this with just YouTube by himself. I don't even think he produce anymore. Granted, I'm not stopping making videos. At least I'm saying that now. I don't think I'm going nowhere. I enjoy it that much. Like what par with this, to be honest, I enjoy that a little bit more than this, but that takes its own amount of effort that I can't produce as much as this. I can produce 10 videos a day with y'all. I'm producing a solid music video once every few weeks. That's not enough to keep me going. So we're gonna rock that. So thank y'all. Shout out to Astro Dior. Maybe he can produce a song and then I shoot the video for that mug one day or something. I don't know. Maybe we collab and do something. I don't know. Shout out to Dior. We in the same city. Hopefully we collab and do something. I really rock with Bo, and he the one that inspired this video to begin with. So I thank him so much for that. And yeah, I appreciate you, big dog. I'm a little older though, so you know what I mean. I'm a few years older than Dior, but he's still big dog because he inspired me. So for sure. But with that being said, y'all subscribe and like his video and check out the rest of his video, but also like and subscribe to mine. I'm trying to grow. I want to be able to quit my day job too and do this YouTube thing and my music video thing. You know what I mean? So we gonna rock that. So join the Prosper gang. And yeah. Till next time. Oh, and remember, there is nothing impossible to they who try. Till next time I'm out. Deuce.